Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Joaquin Phoenix is one of the most intense and enigmatic actors of his generation, known for his deep commitment to his roles, his complex personal history, and his fierce dedication to causes he believes in. Born on October 28, 1974, in San Juan, Puerto Rico, he was raised in a creative but turbulent environment. His family, including his late brother River Phoenix, moved frequently and eventually settled in Los Angeles, where Joaquin began acting at a young age. Early life and rise. Joaquin was born Joaquin Rafael Bottom to parents who were part of a religious group called the Children of God before leaving it and changing their surname to Phoenix, symbolizing a new beginning. Alongside River, Joaquin began acting in TV shows in the 1980s under the name Leaf Phoenix. His first major film role came in Parenthood, 1989. But he stepped away from acting for a time after that. Tragedy struck in 1993, when River Phoenix died of a drug overdose outside the Viper Room in Los Angeles. Joaquin, who made the heartbreaking 911 call, largely withdrew from the spotlight in the years following. Career highlights. Phoenix returned to acting in the mid-1990s and steadily built a reputation for choosing challenging, offbeat roles. He received critical acclaim for To Die For, 1995, opposite Nicole Kidman, playing a troubled teen. Gladiator, 2000, his portrayal of the villainous Emperor Commodus earned him his first Academy Award nomination. Walk the Line, 2005, he played Johnny Cash, doing his own singing and winning a Golden Globe and earning another Oscar nomination. The Master, 2012, a haunting portrayal of a disturbed war veteran, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Her, 2013, a sensitive, soulful performance in a futuristic romance directed by Spike Jonze. Joker, 2019, his most iconic role, for which he won the Academy Award for Best Actor. Phoenix's transformation into Arthur Fleck, a mentally ill loner who becomes the infamous villain, was intense, disturbing, and unforgettable. Personal life and activism. Joaquin Phoenix is known for being deeply private and eccentric. He often avoids traditional fame and instead uses his platform to advocate for causes such as animal rights, environmentalism, and veganism. He's been a lifelong vegan and works closely with PETA. He's in a long-term relationship with actress Rooney Mara, and the couple welcomed a son in 2020, whom they named River in tribute to Joaquin's late brother. Legacy. Phoenix is admired for his uncompromising artistic integrity. He often disappears into his roles, whether it's physically transforming his body, immersing himself in method acting, or taking on psychologically complex characters. His career is a testament to the power of authenticity and emotional truth in performance. Joaquin Phoenix continues to redefine what it means to be a movie star in the 21st century: unpredictable, uncommercial, and utterly compelling. Artistic approach and method acting. Joaquin Phoenix is often described as a method actor, though he resists that label. He immerses himself so fully into his roles that it sometimes borders on self-destruction. For example, for Joker, he lost over 50 pounds, leading to emotional instability and isolation, effects that added to the character's haunting realism. During Walk the Line, he spent months learning to sing and play the guitar like Johnny Cash, refusing to lip sync. In The Master, his character's physical tics, hunched posture, and broken speech patterns were meticulously developed and sustained throughout production. This level of dedication has earned him a reputation among directors as both brilliant and unpredictable, traits that sometimes lead to friction on set but nearly always result in powerful performances. Clapperboard frequent collaborations. Phoenix often gravitates toward auteurs and directors who give him creative freedom. Paul Thomas Anderson cast him in The Master and Inherent Vice. Appreciating his raw unpredictability, James Gray has directed him multiple times: The Yards, We Own the Night, Two Lovers, The Immigrant. Calling him the most talented actor of his generation. With Todd Phillips, he made Joker, a film that blended comic book mythology with gritty realism in a way that had never been done before. Face mask range of roles. Phoenix refuses to be typecast. His filmography spans drama, romance, thriller, satire, and experimental work, romantic yet dystopian in Her, 2013. Chaotic and absurd in I'm Still Here, 2010, a mockumentary where he faked his own retirement and mental breakdown. Brutal and brooding in You Were Never Really Here, 2017, where he played a traumatized hitman. He often plays damaged, emotionally volatile men, but always finds something deeply human and vulnerable beneath the surface. Brain public image and personality. Joaquin Phoenix is known for his eccentric, unpredictable public persona. He can be awkward in interviews, evasive with the press, and famously uncomfortable with Hollywood fame. His 2020 Oscars acceptance speech for Joker turned into a raw and impassioned plea for compassion, social justice, and environmental awareness. He spoke of animal rights, systemic injustice, and second chances with unfiltered honesty. Despite fame, Phoenix often seems at odds with celebrity culture, preferring quiet activism and creative autonomy over attention. Trophy awards and accolades. Phoenix has received numerous honors for his performances. Academy Award for Joker, 2020, Golden Globe Awards for Walk the Line and Joker BAFTA Award for Joker Best Actor awards at Cannes and Venice Film Festivals. His Oscar win for Joker capped decades of critically acclaimed work, affirming him as one of the finest actors in the world. Seedling humanitarian and ethical commitments. Phoenix is deeply involved in causes beyond film. He is a committed vegan since the age of 3, a vocal advocate for animal rights, featured in documentaries like Earthlings and Dominion, a supporter of climate justice and racial equity, often attending protests and speaking at rallies. Known for skipping red carpets to attend prison reform events or grassroots activism efforts. He doesn't just use his fame to amplify causes, he often lives by the values he promotes, even if it means working outside the mainstream. Evolution and reinvention. Over his long career, Joaquin Phoenix has undergone multiple transformations, not just for roles, but in his identity as an artist. From child star to brooding young actor, from tabloid recluse to respected icon, he has consistently reinvented himself. In the late 2000s, he stunned fans by announcing his retirement from acting to pursue a rap career. This bizarre chapter turned out to be performance art for the 2010 mockumentary, I'm Still Here, co-created with Casey Affleck. Critics were divided, but in retrospect, it was a daring critique of celebrity culture. After the chaos of I'm Still Here, he returned with renewed creative force, choosing roles that were smaller, darker, and often experimental. This second phase of his career, The Master, Her, You Were Never Really Here, Joker, earned him his most significant acclaim. This continual rebirth makes Phoenix one of the few actors who has remained relevant without ever chasing popularity. Red Heart relationship with Rooney Mara. Phoenix met Rooney Mara on the set of Her, though they didn't connect romantically until they co-starred in Mary Magdalene, 2018. The two share a deep, quiet bond based on mutual respect, privacy, and shared values. They live a largely reclusive life, away from the public spotlight, and welcomed their son River in 2020, named after Joaquin's late brother, a gesture that resonated with profound emotional symbolism. Unlike many Hollywood couples, Joaquin and Rooney rarely appear together in public unless it's to support meaningful causes. Their connection is often described as soulful and spiritual, rooted in a shared passion for animal rights and social justice. DNA: The shadow of River Phoenix. River Phoenix's death in 1993 remains one of the defining moments of Joaquin's life. River was a young icon, already Oscar-nominated and hailed as the next James Dean. Joaquin, only 19 at the time, was present when his brother collapsed from a drug overdose. The trauma of that night left deep emotional scars. Joaquin retreated from Hollywood, only to return with a quiet intensity that some attribute to a desire to honor River's artistic spirit. In interviews, Phoenix has spoken movingly about River's influence, once saying, "He didn't just inspire me to act, he was the best actor I'd ever seen. I wanted to be like him." His Oscar speech for Joker also referenced the wisdom River had passed down to him in youth, showing how that bond continues to shape his life and work. Movie camera impact on modern cinema. Joaquin Phoenix has quietly become a defining figure in 21st century cinema. In an industry often driven by formulas, Phoenix thrives on ambiguity, discomfort, and emotional risk. He helped redefine the antihero archetype with Joker, transforming a comic book villain into a symbol of social alienation. Films like Her and You Were Never Really Here prove that emotional vulnerability and psychological depth can lead a film, not just spectacle. He rejects traditional masculinity and often plays men who are fractured, soft-spoken, grieving, or introspective, offering a radical counterpoint to Hollywood's action hero template. His commitment to storytelling over stardom has inspired a new generation of actors to prioritize artistry over celebrity. Film Frame's upcoming work. Phoenix continues to seek bold, visionary projects. Among his most recent and upcoming films, Beau is Afraid, 2023, a surreal, nightmarish odyssey directed by Ari Aster, Midsommar, Hereditary, which pushed Phoenix's performance style to new extremes. Napoleon, 2023, directed by Ridley Scott, with Phoenix portraying the French emperor in a sweeping historical epic. The Island, TBA, a dystopian thriller from director Paweł Pawlikowski, set to reunite Phoenix with Rooney Mara on screen. These choices show his ongoing commitment to pushing cinematic boundaries, never repeating himself, always surprising. What critics and directors say. Joaquin Phoenix is widely admired in the film world for his fearless vulnerability, his refusal to compromise, and his almost mystical ability to transform. Paul Thomas Anderson, who directed him in The Master, once said that Phoenix comes from another planet. He doesn't act, he channels. Spike Jonze, who cast him in Her, praised his ability to bring intimacy and truth to every scene, even when he barely says a word. Todd Phillips, director of Joker, described working with Phoenix as like collaborating with a wild animal. You never know what he'll do, but you never look away. Critics often compare him to actors like Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Montgomery Clift, men known for channeling inner chaos into transcendent performances. Cyclone themes in his work throughout Phoenix's filmography. Certain recurring themes emerge, many of them closely tied to his personal experiences, alienation and isolation, whether it's the lonely man in Her, the broken soul in The Master, or the outcast in Joker. Phoenix gravitates toward characters on the fringes of society. Inner turmoil, his performances are often emotionally raw, portraying characters burdened by past trauma. You Were Never Really Here, or existential confusion. Beau is Afraid, rebellion and anti-conformity. From his offbeat roles to his unconventional career path, Phoenix consistently rejects mainstream formulas. love and redemption, even in darkness. His characters often seek connection, forgiveness, and healing. His acting seems less like performance and more like psychological excavation. He digs until he finds something uncomfortable, and then stays there. Busts in silhouette relationships in Hollywood. Despite his fame, Joaquin Phoenix maintains a relatively tight circle in the film world. He rarely attends industry events or parties, and avoids social media altogether. Still, he has close creative and personal relationships with Casey Affleck, with whom he made I'm Still Here; Rooney Mara, his partner and frequent collaborator; James Gray, who has cast him more than any other director; Meryl Streep and Cate Blanchett, who've spoken admiringly of his dedication. Phoenix doesn't chase celebrity friendships. He values authenticity and artistic passion, which often puts him at odds with Hollywood's surface-level networking culture. Film projector acting style and techniques. Unlike some method actors, Joaquin Phoenix does not rehearse traditionally. He often avoids even reading the script in full before filming. Instead, he approaches scenes instinctively, reacting in real time. He improvises dialogue, moves unpredictably, and encourages directors to shoot long takes. He often stays in character off camera, especially for emotionally intense roles. His performances can be so emotionally raw that some co-stars have been brought to tears while filming with him. This approach can be disorienting for directors, but it often results in something electric and alive. Classical building cultural impact and legacy. Joaquin Phoenix has come to represent a new kind of movie star, one who shuns image, refuses safe roles, and stands for substance over spectacle. He gave comic book films artistic credibility with Joker, which remains the highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time and earned him an Oscar. He redefined how love and intimacy could be portrayed with Her, in which his character falls in love with a voice. His bold activism has helped mainstream conversations about animal rights, factory farming, and systemic injustice. Phoenix has never aspired to fame. Instead, he has rewritten the rules of what it means to be an actor in the 21st century: introspective, vulnerable, and unafraid of failure. Puzzle piece. Final reflections. Joaquin Phoenix remains one of cinema's great enigmas, someone who walks the line between genius and chaos, pain and beauty. Every role he takes feels like an act of personal reckoning, not performance. He disappears into characters so deeply that it can be hard to separate the man from the mask. But beneath the intensity lies a rare kind of grace, an actor who has suffered, endured, and emerged as one of the most compelling artists of his time.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye bye.